Okay, the excitement of a really good couple of days for the New York Knicks signing Mikal Bridges from the Brooklyn Nets and re-signing OG Anunoby on a 5-year, $212.5 million contract ends in a big thud with the draft. Let's get to it. Okay, so after a couple of exciting days where the Knicks make a blockbuster trade, trading 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges from the Brooklyn Nets and signing OG Anunoby to a 5-year, $212.5 million contract, we all were very excited about the draft. We had some flexibility with pick 24 and 25. What would they do? Would they move up for Ryan Dunn? Would they trade assets? Which I kind of was hoping for because we lost some first-round picks in the future in the Mikal Bridges trade. Would they trade assets for future ones? And none of that happened. And in the end, the Knicks wind up drafting Pacome Dadiet. From France, played for Germany, 6'7" wing, kind of a soft, kind of a European player, has a soft but smooth offensive game with some upside. As a wing defender, would need some work, would have to be a little more physical, a little more size. It was a strange experience because watching the draft at number 23, Milwaukee took forever. And, you know, when you get to the number 23 pick in the NBA draft, I mean, you can't look at the NBA draft like the NFL. Nonetheless, this was taking a long time, and there was speculation. What's going on there? Is there a big trade going on? Are the Knicks involved in that trade? There was no trade with the Knicks, but eventually the Knicks would trade out of their number 24 pick to number 26 and get another second-round pick at number 51. Okay, if you want to collect some assets, move back, get better value for the guy who you like that's really still on the board, great. Okay, what do you got? Then they trade out of that pick for 5 second-round picks over the next couple years. And many of us were just like dumbfounded. What are we doing? I was not happy. I'm still not happy. And here's why. I get it. You're trying to outthink yourself, trying to get cute, trying to get smart. Hey, this is how we're going to manage our salary cap. We're going to focus on second-round picks that aren't guaranteed. We'll save some money on the first-round picks that are guaranteed. And hey, look at us. We're managing the salary cap. Problem is, you're saving like $5 million. I mean, if you couldn't make that up somewhere in a trade, and you know, who knows if that would have been Mitchell Robinson. I know a lot of people have Julius Randle on their trade charts. I kind of like Julius. I kind of like to have him around, but you know, there's always chatter about him on the trading block. Nonetheless, I mean, $5 million a year, is that going to be worth passing up? So there was speculation that we might move up to mid-late teens to get Ryan Dunn out of Virginia, probably the best defender in the draft. Yes, his offensive game and his free throw shooting, not good. If he developed it to just be average to decent to good, this is a big win. He kind of fits what we want to do on defense. He would have been a bigger wing defender off the bench, right? As it is right now, we're going to have a great rotation coming off the bench as far as shooting and being good defenders, but he's a few inches bigger than Josh Hart, so I kind of like that about it. We're adding to his strength, adding to our philosophy, and getting another really good kind of elite wing defender. Isaiah Collier at the USC, he could spell Brunson so he doesn't have to play 40 minutes a game. Power forward, center, Filipowski out of Duke. Pretty good scorer. Maybe, you know, he's not Mitchell Robinson on the defensive end, but it was a need. A lot of people thought that the Knicks might go center in the draft because that was a need. Not sure if we're going to be able to sign Hartenstein. Some people are saying, okay, We kind of wasted a first-round draft pick, gave away the first round, which the Knicks tend to do on Dadiet. But if we can sign Hartenstein, it's a win. I don't see that. I see that you have to make your team better because now we're kind of top-heavy, and you're getting kind of cheap guys that give you some salary and cap flexibility. But when somebody goes down, injuries, you need somebody to be productive in a rotation. You know, what are we going to do? It's sort of like when you're at the workplace and all your middle management, supervisory personnel all getting paid really well, and then the hourly or salary employees who are not upper management don't get paid very much, and you're grinding through and it hurts productivity. That's how I kind of see this. Nonetheless, if we drafted Dadiet to stash him, okay, fine. I don't think he's going to play for the Knicks anytime soon. At the very least, Dadiet said he plans to play for the Knicks next year. If he does, we're in trouble. Something went wrong. So, not happy. Well, a lot of the talking heads and sports media are saying, hey, you know, this is, I've seen with CBS Sports gave the Knicks an A because they managed their salary cap. Again, it's a situation not being able to see the forest through the trees. Okay, you managed, you planned for the future, but what's coming up behind? Who are going to be guys that we can rotate in over time? As these guys get a little older, they're going to get bigger contracts. Might there be injury concerns like with OG? I don't necessarily see it as a win-win. If this turns out to be a Frederic Weis situation like in 1999 when the Knicks drafted Frederic out of France, number 15, never wound up playing for the Knicks. Knicks fans were pissed. Ron Artest, local guy, elite defender, feisty guy, real gritty, real determined, perfect Knicks kind of player, was taking the pick after him at number 16. I don't necessarily see this as a win. You need to have good players playing on the floor who you can kind of rotate in. We're going to be top heavy for a few years. Our salary is going to be, our salary cap is probably now it's going to be apron 2. Apron 2 would be a good job at managing the cap in the short term. Nonetheless, I always feel that you need good players, a deep rotation, especially these days. Hopefully tonight we find some of those gems in the second round. You know, McBride we got at number 36. If we can find a couple players like that, that would be worth it. Kind of takes away the sting a little bit. You know, Quick we got at number I think 25, 26. So there was potential for us to get a player at a position of need last night in those positions. It comes down to $5 million. They just didn't want to pay the guy. I'm usually really big on managing salary and cap and all that kind of stuff, so you're always set for the future. Nonetheless, we're in win now mode. Nova Knicks, most of them are all in their mid-20s. We need guys to help them rotate in and out of lineups so they're not, you know, playing 46 minutes a night. The no-brainer would have been Tyler Kolek, point guard out of Marquette. You know, Big East, best basketball conference in the country. Big East Player of the Year. He is that absolute floor general, manage and direct the offense kind of guy that would be absolutely perfect in providing some backup for Jalen. And, you know, I believe he's a little bit older, so he fits the Knicks profile of wanting guys that they don't have to develop and spend years developing, but a guy that is mature, he can step in and can play. Tyler Kolek is that kind of guy. You know, obviously, a needed center, Filipowski from Duke, power forward center, more offensively focused. He's not Mitchell Robinson on defense, But if you lost a Hartenstein, who quite frankly kind of disappeared at times in the playoffs offensively, though he hit the boards, played good defense, Filipowski would have, I don't think anybody would have had a problem with the Knicks choosing him there. But the other thing I think analysts and fans and the talking heads are missing is the psyche of Leon Rose and the Knicks. I think they're just more comfortable picking in the second round, whether they realize it or not. You know, maybe it's not just the strategy of, oh, we're going to save some money, we'll move back, we'll find guys that we kind of like to fit our culture and fit our needs. They may not even realize that they're more comfortable in the second round, and they've done a pretty good job at that. And I think the underlying focus of their psychology and how to draft, I think they just like the second round better. And if they can find some picks in the second round that can fill some needs, unequivocally need someone to back up Jalen Brunson. We don't want to grind him into the ground too early. And center, depending on, you know, what it is their plans are for Hartenstein and Mitchell Robinson. Nonetheless, there we have it. But let's see what happens tonight, everybody. Enjoy the NBA draft, and we will see you the next time.